We've already seen plenty of surprises today. Mississippi State would like to add to that. Certainly a capable team, but they just haven't had it fall their way lately. Have not shot the ball well all season, but their defense has been elite. This is the guy to watch for them offensively, Tolu Smith. Great extra pass, Matthews flushes it. That's a good start for Cameron Matthews.
That's how I think Mississippi State can have success. Throw the ball inside to Tolu Smith, let him operate. Play inside out for Mississippi State.
TCU did not double him on that possession. That's been a common theme for Tolu Smith, is dealing with double teams all season long. Ball goes into Cork, who replaces Lampkin in the starting lineup for the second straight game. And it's a jump ball belonging to TCU. Starting five unchanged for Mississippi State. Keep an eye out for Deshaun Davis, who's starting to pick things up. The Oregon State transfer, 11 points per game over the last four. Smith gets into the interior deep and scores. Turnover, that's something they don't do much of. Around Miles Smith, offensive rebound, blocked from behind. O'Bannon got a piece of it. Extra pass, Moore. Off the glass, that's too easy for Mississippi State, and a great start for the Bulldogs.
Our elite, one of the most underrated backcourts in the country.
Started his first game of the season at Alabama, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for Moore. O'Bannon short, gets his own miss. Jacoby Coles off the bench and hits it, the first bucket for the Horned Frogs. Suleiman Doumbia would be the other option, but he hasn't played a lot this season off the TCU bench. Smith again giving Coles trouble. I mean, that's just too easy right now for the big man, Tolu Smith.
Yeah, that's...
Eric Reed, nice pass, backdoor to Stevenson.
Right there, good backdoor cut, and that's something they can, I mean, their athleticism, they're not short of that, Mississippi State.
We have seen some lopsided games in this challenge today, unexpectedly, I might add, but Peavy gets on the board with a nice floater. TCU, he is out with a non-COVID related illness and isn't on the trip today. You talked about Shahade Wells. His ball takes it, that's a nice finish in the lane.
That's a pretty finish. Come over and block your shot. That's great concentration on the layup.
Jeffries cut off, now wide open for three. I think TCU will live with some of those as McNair has the offensive rebound. Nice catch by Jeffries in the paint to finish, and they had one chance for DJ Jeffries.
It's like, I really like DJ Jeffries.
25 on the ESPN 100 when he came out of high school. He was high school teammates with Cameron. Mississippi State looks confident right now. Jeffries going to work. Horned Frogs are getting their hands on plenty of passes, though. Here's Smith. Too much for Emmanuel Miller.
Yeah, I think every possession, every single time he's touching on the block, good things have happened.
Shahade Wells with a nice take. Decide, okay, we're going to go a little faster then to help our offensive struggles in the half court at times, and it's worked out tremendously. That's a great pass, and Deshaun Davis, talked about him earlier. 3-point shooting team. And honestly, his scoring numbers for that matter too, because it'd be tougher to double him so consistently. Backdoor Smith, again, too easy. And hopefully that's a decent sign. We'll see. I'm sure they'll have a lot to do this week when they get back to Fort Worth tonight, but hopefully Mike Miles is all right and can you. They've got issues today because Mississippi State looks really good right now. Here's Tolu Smith, who's been at the center of what they've done so far. 10 to shoot. Moore rises. Offensive rebound. Davis wide open. He hits another. Deshaun Davis has. Miller skips it over. 5 to shoot. 3 to shoot. I don't know if they know it. Ball does chuck one up. Got it! Big time shot for Damian Ball. Miller pulls up mid-range, no good. Moore has it. Into Tolu Smith, got a mismatch down there even with the double team, and he finishes. Good closeout on O'Bannon, mid-range shot. Looks awkward, but nice advantage there. Now Tolu with a spin move, and he lays it in. Oh my goodness. This is similar really to the Alabama game in the sense that Mississippi State started good, and then they had a bunch of open looks and opportunities to really put the game away as Ball gets the end one chance. House on Shaquille Moore, so he'll head watch list, top 15 announced this week. Martavius Russell's into the game for him. Offensive rebound, McNair working on Doumbia. Triple teamed inside, and finally a whistle. McNair's going to the free throw line. Fits of ever getting anything for a suit I put on. Our SEC Big 12 Challenge scoreboard so far. Oklahoma over Alabama.
Throughout their offensive struggles. And talking to Coach Jans, he said he has to do a better job of putting them in situations and positions to succeed.
From Columbus to the line. It's the front end of the one. I don't think you're going to ever replace Tolu Smith, but Will McNair's been a... You don't see it a lot.
Yeah, you don't see that one a lot. I haven't heard of that one. I would have thought that it would be a backcourt violation because you tip it in the backcourt as an offensive player.
Nice cut from Coles, can't get the finish. It's two shots coming up for Jacoby Coles. What does TCU have to do to claw their way back in this? The offense isn't coming. You've got a guy who
really stay in front of you and make it tough. You have to run, pick on the big, put them in pick and roll situations. Let your guards make.
Deshaun Davis running the show. Shaquille Moore on the bench with 3 fouls for Mississippi State. Mike Miles injured early in this first half for TCU. Davis sees a matchup he likes. 6 to shoot. Bounce pass, Stevenson. Double teamed, and he stepped out. Or no, they're going to say the indication was students are always ready to rock. Stevenson, contact, and there is a foul. Stevenson no good on they've played. That's been a huge factor as Stevenson gets the second one.
2 seconds. If I'm TCU, I'm taking the 2-for-1 right now.
Defense denying Emmanuel Miller inside. Wells, little hesitation. That's a crafty move from Shahade Wells. And does get the steal. What a play as Coles goes down. He lays it up and in. Big swing here at the end of the first half for TCU.
And you kind of saw this in the Alabama game. Similar situation, Mississippi State up big. Alabama has a few big plays at the end of the half to cut it down to single digits.
They can take the last shot and at least take some momentum to the break. But quick 4 points there. Here goes Matthews. 5 seconds. Jeffries for 3. No. Ball has it. 1 second, and he's fouled. It's just the 5th team foul with 1 point.
This guy right here, Shahada Wells, he is very talented. He averaged about 17 at UTA, and he knows how to compete. He's not new to this. But that's great effort right there to save the state.
Out of themselves for that miss.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no reason for that. Cameron Matthews is a junior. He should not make that play. Foul right there, 94 feet away from the back.
Which might have been the reasoning there. TCU, the lead is down to 6. 1 second, ball into Coles. Might have a chance to shoot this. It's blocked by McNair, though. So good defensive play by McNair at the end. But Mississippi State, who had a double-digit lead, just... Quark swatted it away. Ball wants to run a little bit. Here's Emmanuel Miller into the lane. Easy layup there for Emmanuel Miller, and the lead is 4.
And that's where TCU is dangerous.
Lobbed up to Cork. Smith behind him. Blocked the shot from behind. Reed dishes it off. Matthews a big-time flush in transition.
Cameron Matthews can fly. When I was watching film on him, he had a few plays where I was like, oh my gosh. And one right there shows me that he's very capable.
This was something Chris Jans talked about too. A guy like Martavius Russell, who's played 56 minutes on the season coming into this game. He talked about giving some young guys an opportunity, and we've seen Russell a little bit in this one. Miller for three. Good, Emmanuel Miller ties it at 33.
Games. He hasn't really even been scoring the ball, only averaging less than 6 points per game in the last 2 games.
Matthews, strong move over ball, and Mississippi State right back on top.
The year, he has to be able to take those and make those consistent.
Yeah, just 5.5 points per game over the last 2 on 38.5% in the field. Tolu Smith, up and down, breaking that TCU pressure. Bork now, they send the double. He loses it for a moment, but Davis couldn't keep it in play. Don't want to be a defender when Tolu Smith and Cameron Matthews are bearing down on you, because you're going to end up on a poster. At TCU, started his career at Texas Tech.
In his last performance, first game back, and they really missed his defensive presence.
Turnover.
He's the leader on the defensive side for the TCU team.
Now Wells back into the paint. Oh, he goes down hard too. And now Shahade Wells is holding his right arm. Matthews gets it right back too. Great hustle. Oh, nice move from Tolu Smith. Lost it on the way up, and he's still struggling to get control of it. Peavy has it for TCU. O'Bannon, transition triple.
That was a great decision from Peavy.
A little bit of a wild pass there. Jeffrey's able to tip it to Cameron Matthews. Into Smith. A foul against Jacoby Coles, and he knew it. They've been trying to get it into. Gets the first one. Well, talking about that Big 12 race to the top of the leaderboard. Baylor, Texas. That's a TCU trailed at halftime as well, but they've outscored Mississippi State 13-8 so far in this second half. 14 minutes to play. Wells crossover, pump fake. He's fouled on his way up. Crafty move there by Shahade Wells.
The multiple heights.
He was at TCU last year. A win today on the road at Mississippi State would most likely be the highest ranking in program history. Great movement here. Moore open for three. Got it! Shaquille Moore with a big-time shot.
No.
Peavy. Good defense there from Matthews, and the bank's open.
Scouting report play.
Quick three off the mark. Rebound Wells.
Michael Peavy is not a three-point shooter, so for Matthews to bite on the pump fake, you have to stay down.
Good patience from Jacoby Coles. There's a transition bucket. Expect them to be able to score in that fashion. This is a Mississippi State team who defended Alabama really well in the transition, holding them to single digits. Into Smith. He's fouled by Coles. But that has to be the focus going. Third foul on Jacoby Coles. Tolu Smith hits line and get away with it.
He's such a good low post scorer that you're right. So yeah, if he can make his free throws, that'll increase his average about 3 to 4 points.
Ball hands off Miller, gets the finish at the rim. You see, this is the difference from TCU this year. We showed this 8 to shoot for TCU. Ball deep three. Rims off. Great rebound by Matthews, but Cork able to get it back. Miller can't make it. Tipped around. Cork has it again, and Xavier Cork with a big-time play for the Horned Frogs.
And that's just the way that he was able to fight for that ball multiple times. Jamie Dixon loves that.
Chris Jans will love that. Tolu Smith in the paint. Adjusted defensive efficiency, which is a metric of points allowed per 100 possessions, which is that 90.7 and 90.4 respectively, but 10 and 11 there. The pass, I think it was intended to be an alley-oop, but Tyler's Wells probing a little bit there. Back to Ball on the cut, floats it over Smith. The big bucket there to get.
When you penetrate and attack the gaps in the zone.
Moore needs it. No offensive rebound and a whistle. 12%. Smith hits the first. Smith hits both at the free throw line. Big time free throws. They're trying to finish the job though. 5-game losing streak for Mississippi State. Great backdoor feed. Stevenson, little double clutch. Another chance, got it! And one chance for Tyler Stevenson. They need to get back in the win column. And what a team to do it against in Starkville. Wells, short, Jacoby Coles rebounds to Miller. Great recognition there that Miller had the size advantage. Back to Stevenson. Fell down, gave it away. Wells, Miller to his left. Manuel Miller lays it up and in, and TCU back on top. Great finish.
Marcus Carr and Tyrese Hunter got to be great together.
Chucky and King.
Thanks, guys. Talking about opportunities, Florida has one at K-State. This is a big one for Mississippi State here to pick up a
When he scores the ball, that's when TCU is at their best.
On the other side, tied for their team lead with Ball with 11 points. On the other side, there's no secret. These last 7 minutes, if you're Mississippi State, Tolu Smith has to touch the ball, doesn't he?
You have to be intentional in getting him touches down low, because every single time he gets it, TCU is not out of answer.
Great finish by DJ Jeffries. He's got a chance to top. Last season, one of the holdovers from Bet. Here's Shahade Wells. If you joined us late, Mike Miles injured in the first 4 minutes of this game. Inside the Cork, he's fouled. 2 shots coming up. He's okay, and you know he's on the bench, just itching to be out.
So I hope he's okay. He's a tough kid, but I hope he's able to shake back really soon.
Trying to get it to Smith, and they do. Spinning baseline, great take in the finish. Last 6 minutes of this game, King, what are you looking for?
Well, for TCU, I want to see them keep running their offense. When they run their offense, when they set up the play, they get good looks. For Mississippi State, I want to see them throw the ball down to Tolu Smith. Every single time he touched the ball, great things have happened.
Damian Ball, big-time mid-range shot. 10 to shoot. Miller trying to get position inside for TCU. Now Ball fading away. Banks it in! Damian Ball sticks his tongue out. That's a... Tolu Smith skips it across. Davis answers! Back to...
This is great help defense from TCU right there.
And a turnover. I don't know if I've ever seen. He was quadruple teamed in the paint.
Yeah, it was great help defense after he got the rebound.
Cole's good patience. Misses the layup, though, and then a foul called on Smith on the road. Coles hits the number 10 Texas at number 4 Tennessee. Rick Barnes, another meeting with his former program, Texas, and then Kansas, Kentucky, and Lexington as the Jayhawks look to halt their 3-game skid and get some revenge over John Calipari and company. They go into Tolu Smith and gets the roll. There it is again. Ask and you shall receive. They just have not had an answer for him. Can Mississippi State continue to feed him in these final couple minutes? Damian Ball has had some big answers.
And I like putting DJ Jeffries on Damian Ball. And it's almost refreshing because you see the same teams over and over in conference. So then you finally get to play somebody new, middle of conference. It was almost a breath of fresh air because they don't know your plays. They don't scout you as hard because it's only one game, so you don't have as much time. So it was a fun challenge. I was 3-1, by the way.
There you go.
Got smacked by Florida. Chris Chioza, Kayvon Allen got smacked by Florida at their break.
Davis gets the roll. Mississippi State leads. Miller in the paint, doubled. O'Bannon steps back for two, and he answers. And there's big shot Chuck O'Bannon again.
And I love when Deshaun Davis gets aggressive. I think he's a little too unselfish. There's times where he has to look for his.
He's the best three-point shooter. Jeffries might have missed Smith right there. O'Bannon kicks it. You talked about it.
The game doesn't give up the same size advantage, but he can be physical and match up down low with Tolu.
Big possession here for the Bulldogs. Deshaun Davis has 11. He's hit 3 triples, 8 to shoot. Jeffries, good defense from Peavy. Jeffries leans in, rolls off, tipped around, and it's off Emmanuel Miller, Mississippi State ball. Davis open, got it for 3! And there is the lead. Timeout TCU.
Him to really score.
Into Shahade Wells. They're trying to get it to Ball, and they do. And here we go, crowd on their feet. Wells backdoor, Miller lays it up and missed it, but gets his own miss. And we're tied at 66.
They've been beat multiple times on backdoor plays. They overhelp, so the backdoor has been open a lot tonight.
Timeout Mississippi State. It's into Davis.
Right now, if you're Mississippi State, whatever you do, you have to get the last shot. You cannot allow TCU to be able to get the last shot. You have to shoot the ball under 5 to get the last shot.
5-game losing streak. Their last win on January 7th. Davis fires, rims off, and Wells pulls it in. A chance for TCU, floats it, no good, and we're going to overtime in Starkville.
Chucky, I don't love that.
Tolu Smith controls, but Peavy has it, hands to Wells, and that is picture-perfect start for the Horned Frogs.
Right there, 2 hands, great awareness to find Shahade. That's an easy 2 points.
Smith getting position here. They bring the double. Moore for 3. Got it! Shaquille Moore! He leads them on the season with 18 blocks now. Now he's trying to give him an even bigger lead. But tipped by Ball, right back to Matthews. Moore, back-to-back threes! Tolu Smith is going to need an ice bath after this game. He has been working inside. They have been physical with him. Matthews lost it, and they get a whistle on Shahade Wells. Misses. Front end again. He misses again. But Jeffries fighting for it. O'Bannon comes up with a big rebound. Emmanuel Miller in transition. Blocked off the glass by Smith. Mississippi State will happily milk the clock. Into Smith. Cole's guarding. 5 to shoot. Davis, mid-range, got it! Deshaun Davis with a big-time shot. O'Bannon, gotta have it, and he does. Big shot there from Chuck O'Bannon. Ball here. Need to get one more bucket with a minute to play. Trying to go to Tolu Smith. Good help there from Wells. Davis lobs it over. Smith with a nice finish. And a beautiful feed from Davis.
Sean Davis led the Pac-12 last year in assists. He is a very capable playmaker.
Ball misses. Rebound Jeffries. And TCU's got a foul. And they do get Cam Matthews. And cannot get the roll. TCU needs a basket quickly. Down 5.
You have to go quick. Whatever you do, you have to go quick.
Ball throws it up, and he's going to have 2 free throws coming. 72. Gets the second. Jeffries looking for help here. Into Matthews again. Wells tried to sneak up for a steal.
Match up well.
Matthews hits them both. 6-point lead for Mississippi State. TCU got to go quickly. Ball steps back, 3 ball. No good, rebound Matthews. They foul him, and Mississippi State. Matthews gets the free throws. And on the other side, Mississippi State. Is this the start of something different in the back half of this season for them? Can they get going in the SEC?
The biggest difference was that their guards were just able to make shots finally. And the defense has been elite all year, but they're finally able to make shots. And all
back after that.
And around everybody in college basketball. They know one thing, if Chris Jans going to do anything, he's going to be able to coach. His teams are always going to be able to defend, and they're going to be tough as nails.
Ball inside, there's a late whistle there. At this point, they're just trying to keep our buddies in Manhattan, Kansas off the airwaves right now. We'll go to Rich Hollenberg and Chris Spatola at the conclusion of this one. Quick steal. Can't imagine TCU's going to foul again. And they won't. And Mississippi State snaps a 5-game losing streak. They hadn't won since January 7th. But they get a top 15 win over the number 11 ranked TCU Horned Frogs.